Hey guys, Jeff here with 3D Reloaded. Hope everyone's having a great day today. So today is the day I'm going to be releasing our new case feeder system for the RCBS Prochucker 7. So let's go check it out. So here we are, we're at the press, our RCBS Prochucker 7. All of our parts we're going to have here. So first thing we're going to install is your guide piece here. You're going to have 4 of these screws that are the same size. These 2 are a little bit bigger. These are for your top piece. So let's grab those 4 and head over to the press with this piece here. So for this case feeder system, you are going to need a few tools for this setup. So this piece is going to go on here. You got a lot of holes here. There's only 4 that are the right size. These are 2 little bit smaller ones here. So T for top, so that's going to go up. Okay. And I'm just going to start all these in by hand first. Okay. Just so I get it all kind of lined up. They're all going to line up nicely, but. So once I get all 4 of those started, I'm just going to go back through and tighten them all up. And again, you're not building like a automobile, so just snug them down nice and snug. Okay, so there you go. That's the first piece. Our next piece we're gonna install is our lower slide, kind of the rail extension for this piece right here. This piece that comes on your press, we're gonna take it off, and you're gonna reuse the hardware that came with it. So easiest way to do that, cycle the press handle up. You will need an Allen wrench for this. This is a 3/32 Allen wrench for the 2 Allen wrench screws that are underneath here. And save that hardware. We're going to reuse it. That's 2 screws under there. And this will just pop out of there. Should pop out of there. I need a flathead screwdriver. Yep, there she goes. So that piece is out. And we're going to put our new printed piece in. I just noticed that piece is actually broken. That's okay. So with the hardware, those 2 screws we just took out, we're going to use those same hardware to put those right back in here. Now when you're doing this, make sure you don't over tighten these and strip out those posts underneath. It's just printed material. You can get them pretty snug, so. If you gotta get underneath there and look a little bit. So that's your rail extension. Now, the next thing we're going to install is our post assembly here. Okay. And this is going to go up top here. Okay. So that's where these other 2 screws are going to come into play here. Okay. So you're just going to kind of set this on there line up those screws the best you can. And then screwdriver. Just get them started. A little bit more installation assembly with this press, moreover than my other reloading case feeders, just because of the way it's designed and whatnot here. So we're gonna move over to this side here a little bit. So nut and washer for your caliber selector and tube holder here. I have a 9mm shell plate on here, so we'll give it a couple test rounds with that here in a few minutes. So when you install that, you're gonna want to kind of get your whatever drop hole is over there. It wants to be over that kind of area there, like that. So kind of alignment. You'll kind of notice that if you do it up here, it's way off for the front. So kind of get that back there like that. Okay. And there's a nut and washer on top. I just have a crescent wrench. Again, this doesn't need to be super tight. Snug it down. Okay. Next thing is probably the easiest thing to do is go ahead and install your tubes and your dish. Okay. You should go in just nice and snug. I try to make them all nice. They don't need going very far either. You know, half an inch maybe, quarter of an inch, not even. Okay, just nice and snug. Okay, nice like that. So now I'm going to install our tubes and dish onto the case feeder. So when you're putting these on here, I did adjust. If you got one of my newer case feeders for Hornady, you're gonna know I did adjust this piece a wee bit. I'm trying to do this one-handed. So back to the tripod here. This is easier doing two-handed. I did adjust this lower piece a little bit, so it's a little bit snugger on the tubes. There's also a stop built in for the tubes, so when you slide them in, everything should go to like a home position nicely. There you go. See, it's not gonna want to go any further, and that way it doesn't interfere with your turning and adjustment here. So, but all right, let's go off tripod again. Next couple pieces we're gonna install a drop nose. That just goes in nicely here. Nice and simple there, like that. And then our upper slide piece here just slides right on. With it, you're also going to get these two springs. One of those extension springs is for that upper slide. Okay, upper slide on those two posts there. Give that a little test like that. You can lube the grooves a little bit. They're going to come pre-lubed anyways. I just used some quick Hornady one-shot on it to lubricate that a little bit. Another thing to note too is that when you get this, your extension piece, you're going to want to kind of put a nice coat of lube on this lower slide piece as well. So let's install that lower slide now. So a nice thing about the lower slide is with this design, you can just put it right on. You don't take anything off the press itself. That lower slide sail just slides on over the spring like that, and you're in good shape. Now, this is kind of the finicky, a little bit trickier part here. For the lower slide to work and return to like a good position, you're going to need another extension spring. It's going to come with an extension spring and this tiny, tiny, tiny M3 screw and nut. This is where it can get a little, not hard, but tedious, I guess is a good word. Okay, you do have a spot right there next to that lower slide where it comes in. See that hole right there? Okay, that's where this post is going to go. And the easiest thing to do to install this once I get the nut off, just slide that up. Yeah, so my other little invention was kind of blocking the hole a little bit here, so but slide that up in, kind of hold that with your finger, spin that nut down on, and you can tighten this up. That's why it came with a nut, so you can get that a little bit snug if you want. Okay, I do recommend snugging that down. I'm not gonna for this video, but yeah, what have you. So, and then with that post on the lower slide unit here, this is where your spring, extension spring for your lower slide is going to go, okay? And then you're in business. So let's back this out so we can get a good view of everything here. Okay. And then you have it. That's full install of the Prochucker 7 case feeder system here. Okay. So let's drop a little bit of brass and go from there. So like I said, I got a 9mm shell plate on. So we're gonna install our restrictor plate up in the dish up top. Okay, I should have done this not on the ultra mount. Should have done it down on the lower one, right? It does get kind of tall, but it's not too tall. It's no taller than my other case feeder systems, maybe a little bit, but I doubt it. I gotta measure it. But 9mm. There we go. Oh, helps if you're on the right drop hole here too. So, and I believe 9mm is 2. Yeah, 2 looks good. Well, I don't have the ejector spring in, so you're going to see me just kind of taking this stuff out by hand. You are going to have to adjust your lower slide pusher a bit to kind of find that happy spot for cases going in. Okay, that was kind of tricky on this press. The timing's got to be just right. You can see there, I think I got it pretty close. Maybe a little bit further in. Okay. Yeah. No, backed it off too much. So that's where adjusting this is going to come into play with this case feeder system. It was a little difficult. Can be a little difficult getting it dialed in. Of course, I had it all dialed in before and had to go mess with it. We're dialed in now. Oh, I didn't take that one out. The reason why I don't have the case ejector spring on, I wasn't a big fan of that design, so I am working on this little guy, which I'm almost there with as far as the case ejecting goes. I didn't take it out again. So, well, there you have it. This is a standard case feeder system for the RCBS Prochucker 7. This will be available on the website today. soon as I get around to putting it on this afternoon. So. Gotta take those cases out. I forgot to. But yeah, there you have it. So.